welcome back. Well, today I'm joined by Dr. Hovanessian, who is here with Harvard Eye with a very interesting subject and how it relates to your eyes. Well, Dr. H, thanks for joining us. How are you today?
Great. It's great to see you too. How are you?
Good, good. And we were talking offline about how this whole subject matter sort of comes about. And, you know, when I looked at what you sent me, I thought, okay, now how does this actually relate? So we are going to be talking about bad posture and how bad posture can actually contribute to a visit to the eye doctor. So tell me how this all sort of came about.
Well, it's common for eye doctors to see patients who come in with headache, wondering if it has something to do with their eyeglass prescription or their eyes. Is it an eye condition? And this sometimes is prompted by the patient who makes the request, sometimes by the primary doctor who says, why don't you check with your eye doctor? But as it turns out, probably 3 out of 4 of those visits, the underlying problem has nothing to do with the eyes. It has to do with the posture of the person and with muscle tension. Isn't that incredible?
I would never have thought both, you know, because when you have something that like your eyes do hurt, but I would not think that if it was muscle tension, like in my neck, to cause my eye to hurt. That's great that you can actually make that correlation.
Yeah, so those of us, especially nowadays, who are spending more time at home, less time going out and socializing. People are curled up with their iPad on their couch, or they're sitting at their computer, kind of slouched over in these awkward positions for hours on end, not moving, and getting less exercise, which is the enemy of muscle tension. Exercise helps us both to relax muscles and have strength to support muscles. So these people develop muscle tension, and one of the most common places is in the muscles that support the neck. Your head weighs about 12 pounds, and if you're leaning forward, there's an incredible amount of tension on the strap muscles in the neck that help hold your head up. And that tension, if you think about it, if you were holding a light weight at arm's length for a period of minutes or hours on end, how much tension would you get in these muscles that are holding up? It'd be unbearable. As it turns out, the nerves that tell us we're having pain in those same muscles are the same nerves that serve the eye. And so people will develop pain behind their eyes that is indicative of a problem in the neck muscles or the back muscles. And so it's one of the complexities of our nervous system that causes this confusion.
I see. Now you do have another slide here that we're showing for bad posture, and that's standing posture. And one thing that, if you look at desks these days, it gives you the option to sit or stand. And you were showing me offline how you have a standing desk. I have a standing desk, and I love it. And I use a chair that is a drafting chair.
Yes.
So it's really high, and then I have like that little circle on the bottom that I can put my feet up on, and it's so much more comfortable. So
yeah, we'll show a picture of that. So this desk, I'm standing as I'm talking to you here. This desk goes up and it goes down, and I go from sitting to standing. When I'm in an interview, I like to stand up because I'm a little bit more animated. But I will spend about 70% of my day, if I'm at my desk all day, standing, because just the movement of being able to step around to different parts of the desk helps, and it gives relief to muscles by altering the position. So bad posture is when you don't have good alignment vertically of your spine. On the left, if you see the first picture that shows bad posture, you see someone who's kind of leaning back and slumping their neck forward, whereas being upright gives you takes the load of your body and distributes it along an axis that ends just in front of your heels. And you can see in the next picture that shows good posture, your skeletal system is designed to be aligned in that way so that your center of gravity is right over that space just in front of your heels. That's a minimum of muscle tension to do that. And so it's good to stand part of your day. And so one way to do that is, if you've got an iPad or a computer, if it's a laptop, is put it up on a counter and elevate it above the counter, because you can see in the next pictures what good posture looks like sitting. And so at a desk sort of environment, what you want is your forearms level to the ground, your elbows by your side. Notice her elbows are not in front of her. I can't get quite tall enough to do that, but if your elbows are in front, then you're putting tension on your back muscles to hold them up. And notice that she's got her feet propped up on a box so that her knees are more or less at a 90-degree angle. That way she's not having to alter her back position just because her feet are hanging down. And that's kind of what you do with your drafting desk, isn't it?
Exactly. It is. And it works out really nice because on my desk, I have a little ledge and I could put my leg up high on that ledge. So it works out great. I never thought I would really like it, but I do. And it does take a lot of pressure off my back. One other thing that I want to show is that, when we are looking at our phones, we are doing this constantly. I see more kids do it. And I think it's just a shame. So like you said, prop it up on something. But another thing that you can do is on the back of the phones, there's these little knobs you can buy. So at least that way you can hold your phone up rather than looking down.
That's right. And I agree completely. To have your head vertical and not tilted over, when you're doing this, you're putting, again, extra tension in the back of your neck. So you want your head level. And notice in the pictures, you'll see the computer monitor is at eye level. And that's the part of the monitor that you're spending most of the time looking at. So obviously your eyes glance around to different parts of the monitor, but that way you're not forcing your head to follow your eye position. Laptops are invented for people who are about 3.5 feet tall, to be propped way up so that their head and their arms, are together. They're just not designed for the human body. So if you use a laptop, you really need to do one of the things shown in the last picture. So you can tilt it up on a stand so the monitor is closer to eye level. Some people like to get a second monitor they can put above, or a second keyboard. That's the least expensive option, where you can prop up the monitor but have a mouse and a keyboard down at the, so your arms are level. It's incredible the amount of time we spend on computers and incredible the impact and harm done when we get this wrong. No, it's not going to make you go blind, but I'm not just an eye doctor, I'm a doctor, and I can tell you it's very bad for your body to put yourself through that kind of strain. So don't take Advil, make your posture right.
There you go. That's an awesome idea. So then your final thoughts are basically that if you do find that you are having some eye strain, maybe first look at your neck and your posture.
Yeah, think about it. And then the other thing is exercise. Core strength relates to that strength that supports your posture. And doing exercises, there are lots of them online, lots of, at Village Television, you've got lots of programs that help people to strengthen their core. That is the other element of preventing pain and injury, both flexibility and strength in those core muscles. So we can't help it. We've got to be home more these days, but we can try to take better care of ourselves.
Great advice. Thank you so much. So when we come back in 2021, can you maybe go over all of the effects that the screens of the phones and our computers do to our eyes? Because I've always wondered what the effects are.
You bet. Be happy to talk about that.
All right. Excellent. All right. Well, we look forward to seeing you in the new year.
Thank you very much. Nice to see you, and Happy New Year to everyone.
All right. Thank you. And we'll be right back after this.